I never thought much about the graveyard shift when I took the job. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., 4 nights a week at a highway gas station 30 miles outside of town. The pay was decent, and honestly, I liked the quiet. No customers breathing down my neck, no managers micromanaging, just me, the hum of the coolers, and the occasional trucker stopping for coffee and diesel. My name's Marcus, and for the first 3 weeks, it was perfect. I'd stock shelves, clean the bathroom, scroll through my phone during the dead hours between 2 and 5 a.m. when nobody came through. The most exciting thing that happened was when a possum got into the dumpster out back.
That changed on a Tuesday night in October. It was 2:47 in the morning. I remember because I was watching the clock, waiting for my lunch break at 3. The door chimed, and I looked up expecting a trucker or maybe a drunk college kid buying energy drinks. But nobody was there, just the door, slowly swinging shut on its hydraulic hinge. I figured it was the wind, even though there wasn't any wind that night. Everything was still, dead still. I went back to my phone, but then I felt it. You know that feeling when someone's watching you, that prickle on the back of your neck? I looked at the security monitor. 4 cameras covered the lot, the pumps, and the store interior. Nothing. Empty. But that feeling didn't go away. I heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, coming from the back of the store, near the coolers. I grabbed the bat we kept under the counter and walked toward the sound. Each step echoed in the empty store. When I reached the coolers, there was nothing, just the humming of the refrigeration units and rows of energy drinks staring back at me. Then the lights flickered, all of them. The fluorescence overhead, the cooler lights, even the gas pump displays outside. For just a second, everything went dark. In that darkness, I saw something, a shape, tall, impossibly tall, standing at the end of the aisle. It didn't move, didn't make a sound. It just stood there. Then the lights came back on. Nothing. The aisle was empty. I convinced myself I'd imagined it. Lack of sleep, too much caffeine, whatever. I went back to the counter and tried to forget about it. But when my shift ended at 7 and I walked to my car, I saw something that made my blood run cold. Footprints. Wet footprints on the pavement, even though it hadn't rained in weeks. They led from the store entrance to the edge of the lot, and then just stopped, like whatever made them had just vanished into thin air. I drove home that morning as the sun was coming up, telling myself it was nothing. Maybe someone had spilled water or there was condensation from the coolers. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something had been in that store with me. That night, I was back at work. Same routine, same empty highway, same flickering fluorescent lights. 2:47 a.m. The door chimed. I looked up. Nobody there. Again. But this time, I checked the security footage immediately. I rewound it 30 seconds and watched the entrance camera. The door opened, on its own. But here's the thing that made my hands shake as I watched the playback. The motion sensor light outside didn't trigger. Nothing crossed the threshold, but the door opened anyway. And for just a frame, maybe 2 frames of video, I saw a shadow. Not a person's shadow. Something taller, thinner, wrong, and it moved into the store. I switched to the interior cameras. There was nothing on any of them, but I could hear those footsteps again, slow, methodical, coming closer. I grabbed my keys and ran. I didn't clock out, didn't lock up, didn't do anything. I just ran to my car and drove. I was 3 miles from the station when I looked in my rearview mirror. My heart nearly stopped. There was something in my back seat. I slammed on the brakes and threw myself out of the car. I stood on the side of the highway, gasping, waiting for, I don't know what, for it to get out, to chase me, something. But when I looked back into the car, it was empty. Just my gym bag and an old jacket in the back seat. I quit that night, called my manager at 8 a.m. and told him I wasn't coming back. I didn't explain why. What could I say? But here's the thing that still keeps me up at night. When I got home that morning, I found something outside my apartment door. Wet footprints, the same ones from the gas station parking lot, leading right to my door and then stopping, like whatever made them had just vanished into thin air. I moved out 2 weeks later. New apartment, different part of town. I convinced myself distance would help, that whatever was at that gas station would stay there. But sometimes, late at night, I hear footsteps in my hallway, slow, deliberate, and when I check the peephole, there's never anyone there. But the motion sensor light in the hallway, it's always on. I don't work night shifts anymore. I don't think I ever will again, because whatever followed me home from that gas station, I don't think it ever left. And sometimes, at 2:47 in the morning, I wake up to the sound of my front door, slowly creaking open. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button for more horror from Reddit and beyond. Drop a comment telling me about your creepiest night shift experience. And remember, some things follow you home.